John with you? Outstanding. Major Samuels, he's our brigade doctor. Located with the person with the American.
Wam przetłumaczyć. Rozumiemy się?
This is also a great opportunity for you.
Wiem, że także to Europę zna troszeczkę, tak? Miejmy nadzieję, że my się pokażemy z tej nie. W mieście zobaczycie, bo Amerykanie chodzą po mieście, nie umią się jeszcze odnaleźć, tak? Chodzą po mieście.
Master, a champion in dancing, so he's very experienced.
Yeah, break that kick.
Autentyczna aula XVII-wieczna
17th century.
z autentycznym balkonem.
Zakłada się jak masz...
Okay, so for a soldier in combat, American soldier, Polish soldiers, same thing. If one person has their kit on the left, everybody has their kit on the left. One person has it on the right, everybody has it. I also load up. So remember, what's gonna hurt you the first, right? If you're injured, what's gonna hurt you? No, you can put it on if you want. Yeah, there you go, perfect. Alright, so now you're like round, push-ups.
Zrób pompki. Co ty powinien z tym robić?
Something for the airway. You have gauze to stuff a wound. You have a bandage, a pressure bandage. And then you...
No, 15 brzmi dobrze.
So here,
Tutaj, z tyłu.
then you have more medical stuff.
Jest jeszcze więcej
Right
takich
there.
rzeczy.
So if I need to,
Armia jest dopalana
Mike
monsterem,
Tyson
mogliby ich
Energy.
sponsorować.
not pulling it, but yeah, it does.
Ma, ale nie powiecie.
Put it back together again.
Yeah.
To jest tajemnica, gdzieś tam.
So either tourniquet
It looks like maybe got into a fight with some big strong thing, I don't know.
Czy dała się wbić głębokie krwawienie z tętnicy.
There's arteries that run through and those bleeds will kill. We have a gunshot, but this is kind of in a superficial area, so it's not an injury, an open wound to the head.
I mamy ranę otwartą na głowie. Mamy krwawienie tętnicze.
Because if she bleeds to death, we're not going to have a time to treat the other wounds. There's lots of blood coming out of the leg. I immediately go in, I apply pressure to her thigh. For myself, I would use a tourniquet very quickly. I'm not gonna put much pressure on.
Użyję stalić na zatrzymania.
Your job is to save her life.
Chcecie przede wszystkim uratować życie.
So you're gonna try to put as much pressure on that artery that runs down her leg as possible. You're gonna take the tourniquet. You would go tighter, but I don't want to hurt her.
Można, trzeba dużo ciaśniej, ale nie chcemy zrobić krzywdy teraz akurat modelce.
And then you take this part of the tourniquet and you twist it until the bleeding stops.
I tam tą część trzeba... I potem sprawdzić puls. Jeżeli nie wyczuwamy pulsu, znaczy, że zatrzymaliśmy.
Okay, so if you stop the end of the stick, you trap it around, you twist it, you tie it as tight as possible, then you take the stick through there, and you twist.
I tak przekręcasz.
But since you don't have something to secure it with, you're gonna have to hold that.
Słyszał, tak? On mnie nie słyszał. Poprosiłem o pomoc, to mi będzie pan pomagał. A ja za tym czasem sprawdzam, czy nie... Wyciąga pani telefon, dzwoni pani na 999 lub 112, tak? A my przechodzimy do czynności. Teraz sprawdzam. Raz, dwa, trzy, cztery, pięć. Chylamy się w takiej pozycji i wciskamy 30 razy, tak? Raz, dwa, trzy. I znajdujemy miejsce na linii środkowo-słupkowej, czyli to jest środek klatki piersiowej.
But you can see this is now rigid. Bone impossible.
Nie chcemy go obciążać łamane nogi. Ta noga pójdzie do góry. Żeby na niej nie zbierać nacisku. Osoba, która trzyma szyję, liczy. Wtedy następuje ruch jednocześnie.
30 razy podczas.
We can take it out. Czyli nie dusimy koleżanki, tylko tak, żeby była usztywniona głowa.
It's to help. It really is to remind.
Możesz teraz już głową, tak?
Broke here, broke here.
Teraz tak, spokojnie, specjalnie nie graliśmy trochę to inaczej. We put this, change the equipment because this thing will fit in. Do we need to split it from both sides or just one?
Both sides.
Będzie najpierw podłużek, potem szynę.
Chyba jedno.
To już kwestia wasza.
Ile ma ciśnienie? Ok?
Then I'm going to stethoscope bierze.
Then I'm gonna inflate his pipe. So I'm gonna screw this.
Właśnie napełnia to.
I'm gonna close this and let air out slowly.
Wypuszcza powoli powietrze.
And I'm going to listen for when the heartbeat starts.
No i słucha.
So on him, the heartbeat started at 148.
I serce nam zaczęło z tego pulsu. Much did you get? Do you like subtract it or what?
Okay, so then that's just 138 over 90.
Okay, czyli na początku było... How much was it at the beginning?
It was 140.
142 było na początku.
Wstańcie teraz. Wstańcie, opragnij nogi. Śmiało. Opragnij nogi wstać. No wstań też. Teraz macie na 3. W dół i w górę. Na 3 wszystko robicie.
Raz,
tak, żeby było
dwa,
ułożone.
3.
Jeszcze raz.
Raz, dwa, 3.
You know it's on.
Jak wiesz, to jest... Ona mi powiedziała.
How do you know?
No to po czym poznaję, że jest zrobiony, że to się, że jest dobrze.
Przestało trwać. Nieprawda.
It's not too hard.
It should be. It's not too hard. Okay, very good. Apply as much pressure as possible into the armpits.
Musisz wcisnąć w ten sposób, żeby zatrzymać.
You're going to be able to feel their pulse right here.
Będziesz czuć
You're going to close that off.
się klei.
Tak.
Do domu, tu jakimś po kolei robimy, nie?
Dobra, to uznajmy, że to już jest po schłodzeniu wodą i po otarciu.
I teraz masz te chwilę, więc na te najważniejsze części, tak? To jest tylko zaczepienie.
No dobra, czyli jak...
To jest wszystko jako jałowo.
No bo, ale jak zakładamy gazę, to już ten.
Nie, my nie mamy tego.
A na razie nie mamy.
Tak, mamy oczywiście miejsce tam wysuszyłyśmy, tak?
No tak.
Jakie są nas ratownictwem medycznym?
Tutaj nie za bardzo, bo tam czy jeszcze
Aha,
Słuchaj, masz pomoc jakiegoś tutaj...
czemu w tą stronę wkładasz? Bo jest większa powierzchnia.
Today we are conducting a joint medical training with school number 59 here in Jagan. It's a joint unit of U.S. military medics, our brigade surgeon, myself, the civil affairs officer, Polish military medics, and then the Polish fire department here in Jagan. Okay, so we have 4 stations set up today. Directly behind me, we're doing a station on burns and how to treat those. To the right, we have a station on bleeds, so arterial bleeding, head wounds, any kind of puncture wound that they may occur, some during a car accident maybe. And then back to the right, we have a vitals station where we teach how to take vitals from somebody, use a pressure cuff. And then in the back left part, we have a station for splinting broken bones, how to deal with somebody who may have broken their neck. And we're basically using a joint group of one military medic from the Polish, a U.S. Army combat medic or a brigade surgeon, and then a Polish firefighter to teach that jointly. That way we kind of learn each other's skills and techniques and can learn from each other. And also just being able to teach the kids is a great opportunity as well. These kids specifically, these were basically, we reached out to the community, to the mayor, to the education center, and this school was chosen due to an ongoing partnership with the 11th Armored Cavalry Division of the Polish Army. So what we have here is a mixture of junior ROTC-like students, and then we have First Aid Club students. So these kids in particular have an interest in stuff like this and first aid training, and then getting to know, the Polish military, U.S. military, and also their fire department. I think it's important that we are able to engage with the community as a group, not just the U.S. military, not just the Polish military, but like as the U.S. military, the Polish military, and then the civil authorities as well, showing that we're all tied in together. And this kind of training is great because if there's a car accident in the winter, or if somebody falls in the woods or something like that happens, this is practical training these kids can use in every day that might be able to save either somebody they might meet on the side of the road from a car accident, or maybe somebody in their family's lives. This is just good training for anybody. So we'll go through a sequence where the U.S. military instructor will teach one thing like I taught, arterial bleeds, and then we did a puncture wound, which was taught by the Polish medic in my group, and then a head wound was taught by the Zagan Fire Department medic. And after that, there's hands-on with all the students where they have to go through each one of those with each individual instructor, and that gives them a chance to kind of get to know it, kind of get through some fears they may have of like having to touch somebody very hardly, or just putting them in a place to have to work together, because you can't always treat somebody with just yourself. Sometimes you're going to need to do partnership. So it's also good for us because it helps us with our communication capabilities. It helps us understand how our allies and our partners work when it comes to a medical aspect. It also helps us teach them how we adjust and how we do things. That way we can basically operate safely with each other whenever anything may happen. The goal is that we continue this partnership forward, and maybe not just here, but in other places around Poland. Whether it be medical training, or maybe we do, the fire department would love to do some like fire evacuation training with us, or do some car accident training with us. And there's a lot of group and opportunity there on the medical side of the house. There's also good opportunity for us to do other things like basic assessments of roads, schools, buildings, infrastructure, and maybe get our other elements within the Armored Brigade Combat Team involved and maybe improving some of those things. So we thought we'd show off our equipment today. So we showed off an amount of our medical equipment, what our first aid capabilities are if we were hurt. And the fire department thought it would be great if they could show off their fire trucks, their ambulances, and to just give the kids an opportunity to see what all the different options are out there, whether it's somebody from the United States Army's stuff, or if it's somebody from the Zagan Fire Department. It lets them kind of see what we work with and how we work. It's been amazing. It's been awesome. I've learned a lot already, just seeing how the Polish military medics operate, how they assess a casualty is a little different. It's not worse, it's not better, it's just a little different than the way we do. So if we were to work together maybe on a training exercise and a Polish soldier or an American soldier was hurt while they're working with a Polish soldier, we have a better idea of how they would treat that casualty and how we could move and proceed from there. For me, it also helps with my communication abilities and getting to know the community better. Always engaging with the local administration here at the school, the kids, the mayor, anybody that's around here is always a good opportunity for us to practice our Polish that we're learning while we're here, and also just to get to know the culture better and let them know that we're here to work together. Very small amounts I'm learning. I think I'm up to about 30 words. Ne dobre right now, it's very small. It's not very good, but I'm hoping over the course of our time here I can get a lot better. The thing I want them to take out of this is don't be afraid to act if something happens. If they see somebody hurt on the side of the road and you see somebody bleeding on the side of the road, don't be afraid to help them or think that you might cause them more harm, because you might be the person that actually saves their life. So by teaching them some of these skills and by making sure that it's 3 different voices telling them, we're hoping to maybe save a life in the future from there. They've worked really hard. We conducted rehearsals on this for the last week on how we're going to talk together. We got with our Polish counterparts and talked about how we wanted to do this jointly. So it's helping us develop almost interoperability and helping us to increase our capabilities from a medical standpoint on how we would work and work through processes. Whether those things are language barriers, which are always difficult, or procedures, or just tactics and techniques and procedures for dealing with any kind of wound. These allow us to learn from them and them to learn from us, and us to develop kind of a common way of approaching a problem set. That way, whether it's a Polish or US military or any one of our other NATO allies, this is where we really teach and enforce and learn those new standards. Oh, I love it. Personally, I was an education minor in college, and I actually taught for a year before I joined the active duty military. And I've always had a passion for education and teaching, and I know for a U.S. military standpoint, a lot of NCOs are teachers first, a lot of officers are teachers and mentors, and being able to do that and inject into a community setting like this is a once-in-a-lifetime chance. And having to be able to get American soldiers to come out and integrate in the community and help provide them some of our skill sets to hopefully help them out is a huge honor for them as well. And these are memories that we're going to take home and keep for a lifetime. And hopefully the people we work with is the same thing. For someone that's not here, what I would want information? Okay. This is really an amazing opportunity for us to kind of put an American action onto something in a positive light and show that the U.S. government and the United States military does more than just move tanks, and that is a huge part of it, but we also help people, we teach people. Back home, our National Guard pulls people out from disaster areas, and that humanitarian aid and humanitarian assistance capability is a very vital part of what we do. And it's our face a lot of the time on the way things happen. So whether it's medical training or helping from an avalanche or being able to do whatever it is, this is the really good stuff that guys take home and they're very proud of when they go home. So that's kind of something what I want to say about that.